You can sell one plant of avocado tree at $5 each, at $7 each, which means for 1,000 trees you can get around 5,000 to 7,000 US dollars. That's fine. But what if you plant them, then after 3 years you start to sell fruits from those trees? How much do you think you can get from an avocado tree in 5 years after you start to harvest? Hmm. So I came here 6 months ago thinking of starting an avocado seedling um, garden. I went to the market. For those who watched my video, I bought some seeds. I came here, I planted them with the intention that I can sell as much as possible. I had bigger targets, having thousands of those trees. But along the way, things changed. I evolved. My perspective of how things work and can do changed. So in this video, I want to tell you and I'll share with you and encourage you. Maybe I can inspire one or two people. Let's go on my journey of doing trees here in the village. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mr. Lonac, your YouTuber. If it's your first time to be on this video on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also go and watch our previous videos where we posted around 5 months ago, where we were doing planting of avocados. We thought that avocados are difficult to plant, but it's actually different. Okay, um, this one is now ready for grafting, and it took just 4 weeks for it to germinate. Just putting your soil there, you put your plant, your seed, you cover it a bit, you start to water around uh, once after 2 days. If it is in a good pocket, it can go for some days while the moisture is there. I realized also that what is important is to make sure that the lower part of the seed uh, is on a moist soil. The upper part, I realized that it has got no problem if the lower part has got enough moisture. So you could just sometimes see that the upper top of the pocket of the soil is dry, but the seed is healthy. Okay, so let's go along the way. Um, how we managed them to reach this point, and also why I changed. So I could not go some days out of our home because my heart, my mind was with this garden. Even if I go there, I come back. If in the evening, I could light my torch, come to the garden, start to look on each and every pot. Remember, I also used um, the plastic containers, um, the super containers where I cut them, fill with soil, then uh, punch them before I put some soil. Then I planted my trees. They are doing well also. So I could come and start to light each and every container to make sure that I see if they are doing well. I realized that I had an emotional connection with them, and I could feel for them when I realized that they are not getting enough moisture, especially the moisture that was main thing that I was concerned with. And also I was making sure that I look in each and every pocket to see if they are healthy. Um, because sometimes you realize that some of the seeds they come here in a bad state. They are a little bit drying. So when you plant them, sometimes they are struggling to germinate. So I could feel, hey, this pocket is struggling. So I've been struggling with these plants. One of the things that sometimes make me not want to part with them. So I was with these plants for the past 5 months, I think. Okay, so I could just check each and every day. In the morning, I had my place there where I make my fire during the cold season. I'll be doing my things here, even if I'm on the phone, even if I'm doing my office work, sitting here. I could just make sure that I do it here in the garden. If there are some friends who want to visit me, or we could share something, to come to sit down here. I took this place as my workplace for the past months, and the germination was so exciting. I realized that avocados really germinate in a way that is so fascinating. You see, this one is coming out. Then you feel like maybe that one is left in for dead. But after some days, you realize there is a healthy plant there. I was so happy. I want to tell you, I was so happy to see that majority of my pockets germinated very well, germinating healthy plants. I was so happy to see that. And even if I go out, I realize that I have got a lot of, I have got valuable things. Why could I do that? Because if I go to the market, I wanted to plant some fruit trees here. Yeah, I had some plants. Let me go and maybe get some trees, maybe one, two mango trees, and that tree. But I go to Karoi there, I go to Chinoi there, I go to Harare. Wherever I see there are some people selling um, fruit trees. How much is it? You hear $5 US, you $3 US. Sometimes I say, that's a tree. A lot of money like that. What if I want 10 trees? I have to buy, uh, I have to go with the $50 US. That one, I saw it as a lot of money to just buy fruit trees. But now realizing that I have got 100 avocados, then I have got another 100 avocado trees. I realized that I have a lot of money. And that was it in my mind. I've got a lot of money. Even if I say they are not yet grafted, because I realized that some of the trees that I wanted to buy, they were not grafted, but they were selling them at $3 US. So if you have got ungrafted avocados, 100 of them, you have got $300 US. Huh? So it made my life like when I going there, I feel like I've got some money somewhere there. I think that is the same feeling that those people who have got buildings, people who have got properties, who cannot walk with those properties, people who cannot carry the value they have. Even if he is a pedestrian walking there down and up the streets, but in his or her mind, he knows or she knows that I've got a property worth thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and um, at the end of the month, I'm going to earn a lot, even if by that time they don't have money. I think they are feeling that life is going well. So this one also can give you feeling like uh, a rejuvenation of a mind. That yes, of course, I may be struggling with something, but I see something that is so growing, something that has got potential, something that you can look forward its future. Yes, of course, I could look in my own future list. In the next 5 months, where will I be? But at the same time, looking at the future of the plants. So, okay, these plants, these 200 plants, in the next 5 months, they will be at this stage. Eh? So I was seeing a growth, I was seeing some changes, some positive changes, a good investment that I've seen that I've invested. There's a time that you just feel that I'm an investor. Yeah, I'm an investor because I've invested into plantation, into this plant. And I think that was my first time to own plants, owning plants. Eh? That people can come just to say, how much is this one? I want to say, if you are going to sell this, please don't forget me. I want to buy this one. Are you going to be selling? At first, I was telling people that, yeah, I want to sell them at this price, but now, it's now different. Story at home. Okay. Um, a time came when they were now having some leaves starting to grow. Guys, these things grow fast with that reddish color, growing fast. I could just come here and look, taking some pictures, sending to some friends. My friends, I think I posted on my WhatsApp status, my Facebook. I was so excited. And also, I went to Harare. I bought some seeds again, but those seeds I had some of these challenges. Some of them they were broken apart. Some of them had dried. Some got disturbances. I planted them. Um, they gave us around 500 plants there, 500 pockets. We lost some seeds. Said no problem. They germinated well also, but now they germinated in a style that is different from these first ones. Those they were struggling. Some of those shoots, they were coming. Some of them three, some one with a deformed main shoot. Then it got some branches there, seem as if the main tree inside there have been disturbed. I think for those people who watched my previous videos can realize that I told them that I realized that inside an avocado seed there is a plant there. There's some roots already. There is a trunk, some leaves there. So I think if there is a disturbance there during the stocking of these seeds, they can affect the tree that is coming out there. But what I want to thank God is that the trees are there and they are going very well. And for someone who want to do this planting of avocados, if you get your seeds there, don't take much, don't procrastinate planting them. Plant as early as possible. Don't just throw them outside then you say I'm going to take a week before I plant them. I realized that they can dry up if the seeds dries up. It means that there is no life inside there. So make sure that you plant them while they're still fresh. So how many trees do we have now? Around 500 there and around 200. Then we reduce. We can reduce some of the pockets that did not uh, germinate. I think our germination was on the first one was around 97%. Then another one, I think we got around 90% germination. So we have got around 600 avocado trees right now. And I'm so excited to just sit around the avocado um, plants. Now, I realize also that if you leave the pocket, I think you need to make sure that if you are getting your pockets also, you get pockets which or if you are the one who is opening, you are punching. These our pockets, if they have got some holes down there, they can have problem where if you just put them your plants there, you irrigate them for a long time, the roots can go and penetrate through those holes and start to go down the soil. At the end of the day, they will be taking some water and the mineral nutrients on the soil there. The roots can start to grow there. Your tree start to grow while it is in the pocket, but it's growing on the ground. Then when you want to move them now, if you take them on from that position to another position, it can dry up. I realized on some of the trees that are on my back there, that one is a big disturbance. So you need to make sure that even the plant, the pocket has got no openings down there, and also maybe sometimes you need to put your plants on a surface where it cannot penetrate down there, so that the roots, if they go out, they cannot go into the ground. Or maybe you need to be moving them time to time so that they not have time to go down deep into the ground. And now it's now time to do grafting, or it has been over 2 months while we're waiting to get scion. Unfortunately, the time um, the time when we wanted to have our scion is the time that we had that avocados had some flowers, starting some fruits, so there were no fruits. Because if you're talking of scion, that's the shoot that we join with this rootstock. So if the fruits are there, the scion will be limited. So we were waiting and waiting up until now. We heard that it's now available, and now also I think we need to get them now. There's some people who were asking me if I can just get scion from someone, because I just said I want to go to Value Farm, which belongs to Mr. Ngari, where we learned more about this crafting in as avocados. Some people said you can go somewhere. Yes, of course I can go there. But what I was afraid of, what I wanted to avoid, is to go there somewhere and get something which is not as avocado. Because sometimes if people want money, can just do anything, can just sell anything. I went to my guys went to Mbare on another day. We wanted something which is not watermelon. Something which one that one which is not sweet. We call it in our language mafere, kana kuti mashamba anobikiswa nopi. So they went there, but they were given the watermelon. We realized it when we were to the program. We say, it's not the right plan, it's not the right product. So that was is my fear, that maybe I can get something which is not has avocado. Then you plant there, you market that you have got has avocado. Then the time of delivery comes, then you realize that you have got something else, and that would be a great disappointment. So I wanted to get it from the reliable source, the trusted source. Since I have got no bigger connection with the 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 industry where people get science. Maybe if I get referred by Mr. Mgare, I'll be easy. It will be easy for me to trust that source. Um, so our avocados are now around 40 centimeters. Some of them were going even to 50 centimeters, and I was so afraid that maybe they will not be able to be grafted. But I confirmed with the guy who is so uh, deep into grafting, said, okay, that may not be a problem. it will be good. So I did not end with the avocados. We did guavas, as I earlier alluded. Our guavas are growing very well, so healthy. We placed soil mixed with goat manure, and they are so green. They are so green, very green, and they are looking so healthy. That I even got attempted to just plant them during the dry season, just to realize that our water was not enough for that. But for this rain season, we are going to start our planting, especially the guava, because there is no need for grafting. In 3 years, they will start to give fruits. And I believe that if you plant them this rain season, by end of season, we expect them to be around 1 meter, because by this time they are around 20 centimeters and they are moving so fast. If you feed them during this rain season, by end of rain season, we're expecting them to be around 1 meter. And what if I sell those ungrafted um, guava trees at just $3? We've got around 500, 600. Yeah, and we are not yet done removing them from the pockets, from the buckets, putting them on the pocket. There are a lot of it. But I'm realizing that even if I sell them 1, 200 of them, I sell them. Yes, I can get some money to push our working capital here, so that we push other projects. But at the same time, if you go there and plant 500 trees, in the next 5 years, we have a lot of fruits, and our, food. We need to make sure that Zimbabwe becomes um, retains back its the position as the breadbasket of Southern Africa, and we need to make sure also Africa produces its own food. So after realizing that we can do much by planting our trees here, I changed my mindset from just supplying um, seedlings to planting these trees here and managing them. And also I realized that if I do manage my trees and make sure that I see how they do, if just people come now and say we want these trees, we want this, I will be in a position to assist them and even manage how they are going to do, and also to make sure that I assist them in a proper way. So for this time, I think it's time for me to learn planting my trees, make sure that we grow the plantation. If there are some extras, then we can share with others, we can sell. So I think we have an opportunity to see the granadillas. We just planted them, and we realized that by planting them, we can get much than just selling this uh, seedling. And I realized that they are easy to manage when they are planted there. Yeah, for those people who want to do orchards, I think they are much easier to manage than other plants, because when I planted the granadillas there, just digging a hole, putting them there, we don't even water every day like what we do here in our pockets. You need to make sure that they are wet always. If you don't do that, they can go bad. Now, it's not always sabatina. It's not always um, joy when it comes to caring of trees, seedlings. We had a lot of challenges, and I want to share with you, so that if you go there, you will know, and you will not be disappointed quickly. Um, on planting, sometimes you think that 100%. You calculate, sometimes you say, I've got 1,000. So obviously, you're going to have 1,000 plants. Since you have got 100, 1,000 seeds, you're going to have 1,000 plants. But it's not like that. Some seeds may look healthy, but they're not what? Germinate. So if you're doing your calculations, make sure that you give that allowance. So that you may not be disappointed. Number two, another challenge that we faced is that after we planted cabbage, we planted watermelon, and there was a heat wave in September and October. Our community needed a lot of water, so balancing that becomes so difficult. And sometimes I could go out of the village for some days. After you are now seeing that you have Wajaira, you are now familiarized yourself with the projects, and now you feel comfortable to leave your project me for some time. I could just go for a weekend, then you come back, say, oh, things are not balancing here and there. So that one resulted in some of our plants to get shortage of water. They were getting some time of shrinking the leaves, sun scorched, and some of the leaves could dry. Eh? Could dry. You come back, you want to irrigate them, you want to revive them, they start to resuscitate, but sometimes they are left with some deformations. Some of the new shoots, they are already dead, but that was not the bigger portion of the garden. It's maybe for every 100, maybe we have got 10 of them which are disturbed, and it's a problem. For those 10, if you sell them at $5, it means that you have lost $50. If you plant them and you manage them very well, if each plant can give you maybe, let's say, just $100 per season, it means that you have lost 500, you have lost 1,000 US dollars. If you don't make sure that you take care of your things. And I realized that when I planted some of the trees like lemon, lemon requires water a lot. I realized that if the ground just dries up, the pocket dries up, then it is gone. And I realized that on our village there, with those people who have got watermelon, who have got lemons and the mango trees can go well in the dry season, unlike the the, 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 the lemons. If the lemon does not get enough water, it can just dry up, right? So another thing also that we faced was when we wanted to graft our trees in time, we couldn't. That one also disturbed the flow of our activities. We wanted to make sure that by this time our trees are grafted in time, then by this time they are ready for market or they are ready for planting. Also, I was thinking even to make sure that we have some of these trees planted already during the dry season using the irrigation, but we couldn't do that because we couldn't graft them. And as for now, we don't know if we are going to have enough scion, and also at the same time we're going to get it in time because we want to plant them early December so that they will have enough water December, January, February, March, April, so that when they are left with the rain season, there will be bigger trees. If you are going to supplement the irrigation during the dry season, we are not going to be on high danger of losing our tree, but to make sure that it continues healthy. Okay. The other challenge we did with these containers, they are good to manage our trees, to manage costs. But I realized that when it comes to avocados have got big seeds. So if you plant inside this pocket, it's not wide. So it goes there. Then when it is germinating, it forces these uh, seeds apart. The seed is forced apart. Then now it hits the wall of the container. I don't know, I realize that is disturbing the the growing of our trees, and at the same time is disturbing the penetration of water, because water will not be needed on the surface but underneath, because this is where we have some leaves, some roots. So sometimes you realize that if you irrigate these plastic containers, the super containers, they hold water on top and it goes down in a difficult way. So that one is one of the challenges also that we realize according along the way. Um, but at the same time, all those challenges, all those problems, they are coming as lessons. You realize, okay, what is needed more is this, what is needed much is that. So for those people who have got opportunity to stay in urban areas, who have got space, I think if you want to start your plantation, do it there. If you want to start your seedlings, you can start there on your backyard in town there if you have got space. So that you do it when you are still there at work, you can manage them, you can see what is happening every day. So that if you are moving them to the site where we are going to plant them, there will be grown up trees. It may be easier for you to manage. But when they are so small, you can lose them. It's very difficult and so costly to lose a tree. Imagine losing 50 trees costing 5 years. How much have you lost? $250. Huh? What if it is planted? It is giving you $100 per plant every year, or maybe it's giving you $20 per plant every year. $20 times 50 plants. How much will you be losing? So managing your seedlings is very important. I realized that there's some trees which have been affected by something that was eating the stem. So we could just spray some insecticide so that our plant cannot be disturbed by those things um, along the way. So now, guys, I want to invite you to go into this way of planting trees if you are able to do it. For those who are in diaspora, I think it's not a problem. Um, you can come when you are coming there. You take mature trees. I think I will leave some of the trees ready for planting this season. Then plant them. I'll continue doing that if God permits, to prepare for our orchard and also to prepare for other people. And if we do well during this cycle up to next year, I think I'll come back with a better results and also assisting you on each and every stage of planting. As for now, I think the next time I will show you the video where we are planting there. We are digging some holes to plant these trees, and we are going to be together along the way. So don't hesitate to come and buy. Our our trees will be ready by December to be planted. And for those people who are in Zimbabwe who are able to do them themselves, this is a high time. We need to make sure we have got fruits. Some of those fruits which are not available in our raw areas, in different areas, let's bring them. Let's plant them. I would love to visit Manica land to get inspired by how they do, because if you go to Karoi, if you go to Chinoi, if you go to Harare, you realize that the fruits they're coming from Manica land is so exciting, it's so nice. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Mr. Lonac.